when we do things just for fun, we give ourselves permission to uncover our inner child. This weekend, John Paul and I have been having lots of fun exploring paints and color using some non-toxic paints Clementine Art has made. We produced some baby art with John Paul's footprint, and this was a lot of fun. It's nice to catch his 4-month-old footprint, and actually it's not the first time we've done it. We did it a few months ago as well, so we'll see the progression of his foot growth. The other things I've had fun doing while he has been taking little naps is creating other types of art. I got inspired by Pinterest to make this little pumpkin piece of art with some wooden chips, and it's just a simple idea with Thanksgiving coming up in just about a month and a bit. I thought I'd make something with a theme. I also made this little burst of feathers, and just reminds me of all the birds getting ready to migrate for the winter. This piece is a burst of light, and I generally love playing with concepts around light. Made this one pretty quickly. There's a lot more I'd like to do with it. I tend to like painting really quickly. It's not that I'm in a time crunch. I think even before I became a mom, I felt a bit of a time crunch. This one also has got a little burst to it, and some quadrants. You like that? The one I spent the most time on was this one. There's 3 little googly-eyed people there, or monsters, somewhat inspired by this idea of minsters. And I heard about minsters when I was at a local market. This is a minster. Minsters.com is where you can find minsters, and they're little sponge people, or sponge monsters, mini monsters in fact. And I actually adopted one. I have a whole certificate to prove it a few years ago. There's actually 2 of them. And they're really cute, something to tend, and I'll get to pass them on to John Paul. And I think it's just really important. Ever since I was about 3 years old, I went to arts and crafts summer day camp, something my mom encouraged me to do, and I know that it has influenced who I am today in terms of my interest in the arts and in color. And while some days I don't necessarily have the courage to call myself an artist, I do believe that we all have an inner artist within each of us. One of the things I exposed John Paul to his first co-creation of art was when he was 2 months old, and we went to a cafe called